Good morning, Lakeview Intermediate. We are live from the Lakeview office. You like these glasses? I feel like hang on. Maybe I need a wand with these. And Shazam, that's not something Harry Potter would say. I wanted to say Shazam. Mrs. Mann, I see her. She's shaking her head at me already. Aloha Mora. That's an official Harry Potter spell to open something, to unlock a door, I think, if I remember right. Aloha Mora. So there you go. Harry Potter this morning. Good morning. It is October 13th, Tuesday, which kind of feels like a Thursday. And let's get started on Lakeview Liftoff. Hope everybody's doing well today. Great to see you coming into school today, following your procedures. We do need to remember, I was walking through the gym today, we need to really watch our spacing sitting in the morning. Don't forget that as we get comfortable. We've been here a while now, but as somebody who's had to tell students they have to go home because they might have been exposed to COVID, it really, really helps when I find out that you haven't been sitting where you could touch somebody. So please, please, please make sure you work on that distancing. Try to remember when you sit down next to somebody in the morning, check your spacing and move yourselves accordingly. Remember, in 5th grade, we have 2 lines on the floor in the gym. So you don't have to fill one entire line with your class like we normally do. You can start the second line and space out. If you're too close in one line, you can skip over to the other line. We're working on that in a few classes today. So just remember that. I want everyone to stay safe, healthy, and at school. All right. Some morning announcements, just repeating from yesterday, but these are really important. Check the lost and found down as you go out to recess because we have some coats that need to be claimed. Claim only what is yours. Parent-teacher conferences are tonight. They're virtual. If your parents have questions on when conferences are, they can contact your teacher or the office for their confirmed conference time. And a reminder that fall break starts tomorrow at 2:40. Yay! No school Thursday, Friday, or Monday. They've got a 5-day weekend on the horizon. It is coming. We got 2 great days of learning, and then we get ourselves a wonderful, beautiful weather fall break. So looking forward to that. All right, let's see what's next. Oh, I think it's time for... Well, you know you make dance in your seat now. It is time for the Miller 5 shout out. All right, I got a special one today. This one was sent in to me just last night, and I love this one. I've got a shout out to Kate Maddox in Mrs. Kofed's room, Pod 5, right here behind me. Kate, I'm looking at you today for the shout out. And this is what I heard about Kate. She is always the first one to jump in and help her classmates when needed. If they need help finding where to go in Schoology, helping with the class assignment. In Miss Metcalf's room, it was time to line up and everybody jumped up. She waited till everyone else was in line and let them go first. She was being courteous, polite, kind, and helpful to her classmates and the adults. What else can Kate? That's it. That's exactly what we do here at Lakeview. That is the Miller 5 all over the place. Crazy responsibility that builds relationships. That's respect. Oh my goodness. Helping your class be ready. You're hitting them all. You're hitting them all. That is like the Miller 5 max right there. So proud of you, Kate. Congratulations for being today's Miller 5 shout out. Much, much deserved. Okay, next, let's bring them in. It is time for, it's Tuesday. So that means we bring in Mrs. Mann and Miss Conklin for Admit 1. Hey, I got the timing almost down. How was that? It's only taken me a month and a half, but we got it. It's like a full official Hollywood production going on here.
Whoop, whoop.
So, good morning, ladies.
Good morning. Good morning. We are going to talk about bullying this week. So we're going to start our bullying series. And we have a lot of great information to give you about bullying. And you might have heard some of it before, but we want to reiterate some of the important points.
All right, here it comes.
All right, so first we want to talk about what is bullying, because sometimes we forget what bullying is and we think it's something that it's not. So let's just go over this. Bullying is when someone keeps being mean to someone else on purpose. The person it's happening to hasn't been able to make it stop. It's unfair and one-sided. So remember, when we're talking about bullying, it's one-sided. That means somebody is doing something to someone else and that person's not doing anything back. Okay, when we talk about bullying, we're talking about that it's intended to cause harm or distress in another person. It's also a visible power imbalance. So somebody is doing something to the other person and they feel like they are having power over the other person.
Yeah. And the next thing is conflict, and conflict is two-sided. So somebody does something to one person and that person does something back to them. And it can be resolved with your problem-solving skills. Excuse me. Or you can get help from a trusted adult. So remember, if you've been with me before, sometimes that verbal volleyball matches, they happen. We say something mean, somebody else says something mean back, and it goes back and forth. That is a conflict. That is not bullying.
So I'm going to give you some examples of bullying because there's lots of different areas in which we can bully somebody. So I'm going to remind you of that. Or if you haven't ever seen any of this before, might be learning it for the first time. So number one, hurting someone's body or belongings. So if you are tearing up somebody's books or their school things or their personal things that they have at school, or physically hurting them, that's a form of bullying. Using words to hurt someone. Okay, just because we can't see the bruises on somebody, our heart gets bruised, and that never goes away. So we don't want to say words to hurt someone's feelings. Leaving someone out on purpose. So this is if you're outside playing on the playground and a bunch of you get together and you say to one of the people that wants to play, hey, you don't get to play with us today for whatever reason. You don't have that authority to say who can and can't play when you're at school. Everyone can play. Everybody can. And then on that same note, getting others to be mean to or exclude someone. So let's say you rally up people around you that are going to play the game as well with you and say, hey, whenever this person comes over, tell them they can't play. Okay, so not only now you are telling the person they can't play, but you're rallying up the other people on the playground that you're going to play the game with and say, come and stand with me and back me on this and don't let the other person play. Okay, so that is all forms of bullying. So what can you do when you think bullying is happening to you or someone else? Well, you can use the 3 R's. So let's say, oh, wow, I just saw somebody getting bullied. What am I going to do? First of all, was that bullying? You need to recognize it. You need to be able to say, oh, yeah, that was one-sided. I just saw somebody push someone else down. I saw that. So then you are able to recognize it and say, yes, that was a one-sided act. That is bullying. Then you need to report it, and we will show you the correct way to report it. And then you want to refuse it. So you're not going to put up with that. And if you see it, you're going to put up with it happening to someone else. You don't have to. We have a safe, healthy environment at school. We want everyone to feel good every day when they come to school. We want you to think about your learning, and we don't want you to think about someone else doing something that's not appropriate to you.
All right, so how do you report it? I did a screenshot of my 4th grade Admit 1 group, but it looks the same in all of the groups. So you click on resources right there on the left. So you've got updates, discussions, albums, members, and then resources. You click on resources and that bully report form is right there in the 4th grade group, in the 5th grade group, and in the 6th grade group. And that you will fill that out right there on your Chromebook in Schoology, and it will send it straight to us. It goes to both of the counselors and both of the principals. So if you think that you've seen bullying, then you need to report it. You can do it right there. You don't have to come to the office and fill out a form. And so you can do that anytime. If you remembered something that happened during the day and you're already gone for the day, you can get on your Chromebook and you can report that to us right there so that we can handle it. Because at Lakeview, we're going to be kind. We do make mistakes, but we're going to learn from those mistakes. Okay. We don't expect you to be perfect, but we do expect you to try your best and be nice to each other. And we got to take care of each other. Like Ms. Conklin said, we got to refuse to let it keep happening. Okay. So that's where you can find that bully report form.
Along with that, it's really, really important that you start to be able to recognize the difference in bullying and a conflict. So whenever you put in the bully report form, we're going to review it, and then we're going to ask you, well, what did the person do? And you'll tell us, and then we'll say, what did you do back? And then if you say, well, I called him name back, or I pushed him down, or I tripped him, or whatever, then you have to be able to recognize that's not actual bullying, that's a conflict. Okay? So we want you to be able to recognize bullying so you can report that. We do want you to tell us if you're having a conflict as well, because you may need some help with that.
All right. Was that the last slide?
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. Yep. Oh, I forgot my glasses. There we go. Just like Harry Potter and his friends, we are also fighting for the good, the forces of good at Lakeview, right?
That's right.
Right.
Yep. And Mrs. Mann, you said something that spurred you when you said at Lakeview we do this. At Lakeview we don't do that. I love that because that means it's part of our culture. It's part of who we are. We decide that we're not going to let somebody at our school go home feeling upset about something that happened at school. If we see somebody upset, we're going to try to lift them up. That's why I love the Miller 5 shout outs that have been about kids being nice and inclusive on the playground. I think back to the Pod 2 boys playing football or soccer. I can't remember out there, but we gave them a shout out because they were including others and bring them in. That's what we're about. And I want everyone to stand up for that each and every day. I want there to be no bullying reports. I want to see no bullying reports and then see more shout outs like the one today about Kate being kind and courteous to her classmates. And let's fill our school with that. And let's make the bullying thing empty. And we could live school like that. And how wonderful our school would be if everybody would commit to that right here, right now. We can do it. But if we need it, the bullying port is there because sometimes we forget. Sometimes we're having a tough day and we might not be nice to somebody. And we need to be reminded that we've fallen short of our expectations. And that's okay because that makes us a better person if we learn from it. All right. Anything else? Well, let's get to that. Let's bring in Miss Tazi. There she is. Good morning, Miss Tazi.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Good. Let's get our liftoff back up here. And here we go with a corny joke today. This is a student submission. I like this one. Winter is coming. So this one kind of gets us ready for winter. Because I don't know if you all have ever visited with a snowman, had a conversation with a snowman, and asked a snowman what his favorite food is. Do you know?
Popsicles?
That's a good guess. But no, a snowman's favorite food is a burrito.
Oh, that was good.
That was one of my favorites so far this year. So love it. Love our corny joke of the day. All right, Ms. Mann, Ms. Conklin, thank you for an awesome Admit 1. Have a great day. And Ms. Tazi, let's get going on our pledges.
All right. Go ahead and quietly stand up and get ready for our flag salutes. Your right hand is over your heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. In the Oklahoma flag salute, I salute the flag of the state of Oklahoma. Its symbols of peace unite all people. Please be seated for your moment of silence. During this time, you can reflect, meditate, pray, or engage in other silent activity.
All right. Miss Tazi, we're ready to launch this day. I got to thank Miss Ryan Moon for these great glasses today. Thank you for that wonderful gift. I love them. And I thought of a spell that I'm going to use on our students right now. Are you ready for this? From my office, I'm going to do the sweeping spell. Here it comes. Studentus awesomeness. There you go. I just spread awesomeness all over the school to all of our students.
Awesome.
I hope they feel it. Actually,
I bet they do.
Y'all were already awesome before I did that. True story. All right, Miss Tazi, here we go. We are
Lakeview.
We are not
Average.
We will strive.
For the Miller 5.
And whatever it takes, we will
Grow.
Oh yeah, 3, 2, 1.
Lift off.
All right. Have a terrific Tuesday, Lakeview. See you soon.